Let's start. First, thank you all for joining us. Thanks for the jury that joined us today. We have some senior people from great funds that have deep experience in fintech, and we have 5 great startups that will present here today. So the theme of this track is fintech, and I think that the best way to start is with the introduction of the jury that is going to be here with us today. Eva, can you be the first one to introduce yourself and the fund? Seems like we have some difficulty. Let's jump to Shauli. Shauli, you're the next one. Can you present yourself and your fund?
Sure. So thank you very much all for inviting me, and thank you very much for all the jurors that have joined. My name is Shauli Reggio. I'm Tel Aviv-based, managing partner in MasterKey VC. We're a crypto, blockchain, Web3 VC firm specializing in early stage. Partners are being located in San Francisco, New York, DC, Puerto Rico, some crypto hubs. We're working with the companies and mainly in that domain, from inception to growth stages. Our checks is verified, depends on the company and the opportunity. We're still fundraising for the fund, but we have 6 portfolio companies. Yeah, basically that's it. Looking forward to meet today's competition.
All right, Eva, can we move on to you? Can you present yourself and the fund? Can you hear us? Okay, doesn't sound like it. So, Dimitris, you are next.
Can somebody hear me?
Yes, Amit, now we can hear you.
Well, I just can't hear, so you can hear me. It's a good start.
Okay. Doron, are you here? Doron, can you hear us? Despite, by the way, the similarities between a Flashpoint logo and Hopin logo.
Okay, guys, what is the call to action? Maybe I will introduce myself because I'm also an investor.
Please.
I'm general partner at Next Road Ventures and CEO of Vesby platform. So we are supporting the whole ecosystem in Europe, early stage ecosystem, and we invest in B2B, SaaS and marketplace businesses. Usually it's early seed and late seed stage. So we have already 18 portfolio companies, and we are here to find some interesting startups and to judge you guys. So so I believe we are more sector agnostic actually, because we also co-invest with business angels. So we bring various expertise to the table, and that's why we can still be a generalist fund. Okay, so do we have more investors with us that could introduce themselves, and then maybe
yeah, maybe Doron, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Okay, so Doron, you're next.
My name is Doron Daliao. I'm the CFO and head of business development at SureTech Investments. We're a unique venture capital because we're publicly traded at the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange. That means that we're enabling
there were some issues, yeah, with the app. Even me, I have to log in again with different account. So maybe there are some troubles. That's why people cannot join.
Yeah, guys, if you have any sound...
Do we have anybody from Flashpoint to moderate?
I'm from Flashpoint. I'm the moderator.
So what's the plan?
Flashpoint organizer. So I mean, for every issue that you may have, it's the same advice. You log out and you log back in. That's the only help that I can offer at the moment.
I don't think she hears you. I think that's the problem.
It's fine. Yana from my team can hear me, and she will text Eva. Doron, we're back to you.
Now can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can.
I was talking about SureTech. Have you heard me before, or should I repeat what I just
Right.
said?
Yeah, we heard you until the stock exchange, but you can start from the beginning also.
Okay, so I'll start from the beginning. My name is Doong Daliao, and I'm the CFO and head of business development at SureTech Investments. We're a unique venture capital because we're publicly traded at the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange. That means that we're enabling common people to get the exposure for early stage startups at the Fintech and InsurTech verticals. We're an early stage venture. That means we invest in seed and A rounds, and our check size is $1 to $4 million.
Awesome, guys. That was the introduction for the jury that we have with us today. So we can start with the more fun part. The startups will introduce themselves. Sotiris, can you hear us? You are the first one to present from FinSmart. Good luck.
Okay, excellent. Do I have like 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes to present?
Yeah, we have 3-4 minutes for presentations, and then same amount of time for Q&A.
Should I share my screen then?
Yeah.
Window.
We can see it.
Let me just take anything out there. All right. Okay. I hope you can see my slides.
We can.
Right. So nice to meet you all. I'm Sotiris Manderis. I'm based in London. I'm the co-founder and CEO of FinSmart. FinSmart is a fintech transforming primary capital markets. As you may or may not know, capital markets, primary capital markets is where the corporates go and borrow money or do IPOs. We're looking mainly on the debt capital markets. We are delivering critical infrastructure that connects the banks, the borrowers, that is the issuers, and the investors. And effectively, what we're actually setting up is a network that will just interconnect and provide transparency to thousands of market professionals. Just to give you an idea of debt capital markets. Debt capital markets is a big and essential block of the economy. So what is happening there? The corporates go and, as I said, borrow money. The banks orchestrate and run the deals and also keep the relations going with their clients. The value of the market, the value of the transactions in this market, on average, for the past 3 years, was $5 trillion a year. And the fees of the banks, again, on average, in the last 3 years, goes around 18 to 20 billion from this activity. What is the problem in this kind of market? The problem is that it's still archaic in the way it operates. It lacks standardized infrastructure, and that restricts industry growth. So as you can see, on the left-hand side, you have the banks. On the right-hand side, you have the issuers. The way they currently interact to manage their relationship, to manage deals globally, to pitch each other, it's quite fragmented. It's not using resources properly. From our kind of research, we know that 80% of junior employees, their time is spent on low-value tasks. It's too costly as it is. 30% and more can be saved per deal. And there's no contextual data or real-time data. And in general, data is not accessible in real time. Just to give you a couple more numbers, 37,000 deals in 2022, at least 300 emails sent from the banks to the issuers. That means in total 11 million emails. That equates to 92 FTEs each year that could procure more business, wasting their time in doing manual processes. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that the banks should not use private chats to actually communicate with their clients. They did that. They got fined. The fines that hit the banks in Q4 2022 was just in Q4 2022 was $1.8 billion. What is the solution? Solution is DealPro. DealPro for banks and DealPro for issuers. DealPro for banks, it's already live. We have our first client is Raiffeisen Bank International, one of the top European, Central European banks. Second bank is actually going live imminently. On the banking side, what we want to do, we want to help the banks actually run, maintain their client relationships, pitch for deals, and manage their deals globally. What we're building with DealPro, as you can see, is infrastructure, sophisticated workflow, data analytics, and real-time and accessibility through mobile and web app. And we have a first movers advantage in this kind of case, and also governance. We also have a second product that is going to go live in early 2024, and this is DealPro for the issuers. And this is going to create the network we're looking for, where we'll bring banks and issuers together. In terms of benefits, the benefits for the banks is that, as an example, a top 20 bank manages around 1,500 transactions on average per year, and they make $300 million in fees. We actually, what we aim to give them is 15% more in earnings from the business they will be able to make more through DealPro, and also just making sure that they get more leading roles in their syndicated transactions. On the issuing side, things are even more archaic. Right now, for issuers, big corporates, in order to actually evaluate, prepare for it, have transaction data, it takes 3 to 4 days for a team of 2 to 3 people. With DealPro for issuers, they will be able to run things in real time and have accessibility to their data 24/7, anytime, anywhere. We have a very busy roadmap ahead. A lot of focus on analytics this year, and also rolling out DealPro for issuers next year. And currently, we are we're raising funding we're in seed, actually, funding round for 4 main things. We're adding more and more features to DealPro that is going to become a must-have for the banks. We're strengthening our technology and sales team. We're adding more people there. We're also hiring data scientists to help us with the AI-generated insights. We're going live with DealPro for issuers, as I said. And also, what is actually equally important, we're establishing commercial partnerships with data vendors, exchanges, and relevant fintechs that we believe will actually expedite our adoption and reach to both the banks and the issuers. Just in conclusion, myself and my co-founder, we have actually spent at least 20 years each in capital markets. We know the people, we know the bankers. We have a very unique network in place already. We're in contact with 40 banks, more than 25 issuers. We have around us a very strong advisory team. So the right executive team, we know each other with my co-founder for more than 7 years. Very strong advisory team, and we believe we have a strategic plan that's realistic and executable to push this forward. I hope I kept it short and to the point. More than happy to answer any kind of questions you may have.
So what are your competitors?
In this space, we're actually operating. The competitors are Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, phone calls, and private chats. So there are no other fintech operating or overlapping with what we do.
What about indirect competitors or solutions that are built in the house?
Yes, you're right about that. There are only a handful of banks, like the top banks like JP and Citi, but they are trying to actually do things internally. But I think here we have something that actually offers economies of scale. So we can actually offer them something that is going to be much cheaper, but equally effective for them and their teams to use. Because this is going to be what we want to actually make sure is that this kind of infrastructure gets commoditized, and it should be commoditized.
Mm-hmm. And regarding, you mentioned that it will be cheaper. So what about the monetization strategy and pricing you have in mind?
Sure. The business model we have is actually for the big banks a subscription. And for smaller, smaller kind of banks, we have subscription plus deal by deal. So it's a hybrid because we want to make sure that we address these kind of guys. The business model that we have in terms of actually rolling it out, we are talking to, as I said, more than 40 banks. We started with actually in the top 15 to 20, like Raiffeisen, because they're actually quite active. They're very good. They want to differentiate, but also they don't have as long, bureaucracy or sales cycle as the much bigger banks. So we're starting with actually the guys in the middle of the league table and moving ourselves upwards.
Okay, and regarding the pricing, because I haven't found any information about the pricing you will have. So any ideas?
The number, I can tell you that what we're looking actually to have from each bank in the first year is between 100 and 120, 130 kind of £1,000 in terms of the money they will pay. And this overall in the 3-4 years that you will have the bank using the system is going to go up to 200, 230,000 pounds. We're looking actually to go to top 50 banks. And on the issuer side, we're looking, you have more than 4,000 active issuers every year. We're looking to go to 10% of those in the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and regarding your go-to-market, so how you will acquire both sides? Because on one side you mentioned banks, on the other issuers. So how will you do it?
So we have 3 routes to market. As I said, obviously we know the bankers, we know the desk, we know the people on the banking side. Through them also, especially through my co-founder who was running deals in debt capital markets for a number of years. He has worked with a number of issuers. We know the treasuries, we know the heads of funding on that kind of side. So it's through our network. We have actually a network of, as I said, advisors around us that know the issues, that know the bankers, they can open doors for us. And actually, through strategic relationships, and this is another thing we're looking for, channel partners with data vendors and exchanges actually to help us with that. So there are three main kind of routes to the market. I hope that actually answers your question, Eva.
Yeah, plus minus, yeah. But okay, we can talk for hours. So one more question would be.
Okay, the last one.
Okay, so we can follow up after, but I wanted to also ask where are you currently with the product, and what is your product map for the upcoming months?
Yes, so the product is live, as I said, and has been live for the past year. Raiffeisen joined Q4 last year. They are already using it, and actually they're using it today. We're speaking to them today. They're doing. They're using the product as we speak, and also for next week. And what we are actually planning to do with the roadmap, especially for this year, a lot of stuff on analytics, AI. What we want to actually make sure is that contextual data, real-time data is there on the bankers' mobile as they're pitching their clients. This is going to be a big thing for the bankers that right now takes them days to get to the data. And it's going to be a big thing for their business. So this is going to be live in Q4 this year. The analytics part, we have already actually started doing this, but there's a busy actually roadmap ahead. Eva, more than happy if you want to take this offline and give you a lot more detail. Sorry, it's actually too short time to actually.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so thank you very much. That's all from my side for now.
Mm-hmm. Well, follow-up questions. It's a good sign that it was a good pitch. Thank you for that, Sotiris. We'll continue for the next one, hoping that Amit, you have the audio and video working. Is that the case? Amit, can you hear us? Okay, plan B. Ferenc, come in. You are next, and then we'll go back to Amit. Ferenc from Accounto, please, the stage is yours.
Hey guys, can you guys hear me?
We can't hear you. Maybe I put you on mute, so unmute yourself.
Okay.
So I can hear him.
Cool.
Okay.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Just to confirm, so you guys can hear me, right?
Loud and clear.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
So a pleasure to be here, guys. My name is Ferenc Brakman, and this is Accounto. Accounto is your new digital accountant. We offer automated accounting, VAT, payroll, and tax advice, conveniently available on mobile and desktop, with 24/7 support and real-time reports, typically for half the cost of a traditional accountant. If you think about it, accounting is it's a very expensive. It's one of the biggest expenses of a small and mid-sized business. For most entrepreneurs, it's a complete black box. It's quite slow and cumbersome, and you never know what's coming. So let's face it, accounting is stuck in the 19th century, yet more Europeans are looking to start a new business in the next 3 years than ever before, according to the EU. And one thing that I think is very, very noteworthy about this time we live in, why now? Why? It's because this problem has been around for decades, right? But we think that with digital invoicing, open banking, and recent advances in AI, the accounting services industry is ready to be changed in a big way. You think the accounting software market is completely solved, right? You have plenty of software vendors and a whole bunch of accounting startups out there. What we're looking to achieve is a service that is applicable to most small and mid-sized businesses here in the EU and is not limited like some of the other vendors. We're also looking to have a service that's not used by accountants. We're not looking to sell to accountants. We're looking to engage the business owners directly and have something that's directly available and convenient and caters to their needs. This has been our last 2 years. We're currently around 66,000 euros in MRR. We have close to 1,300 customers right now. We're growing. We're still growing 5 to 10% month per month for over 2 years now. We offer everything that a small business needs: accounting, payroll, tax advice, the works. How do we do this? We handle the primary customer contact through our mobile and desktop apps available in all the stores. And we have our own custom-built software that basically is looking to automate every single task of an accountant. And please note that in this case, we're looking to get rid of the accountant completely, automating basically every single task they have in serving their customers' needs. Efficiency is in our DNA. We have a very healthy net promoter score, a very healthy churn, and our LTV to CAC over the past 2 years data is around 12 to 1. We're looking to get even more efficient and eliminate over 90% of all the manual labor of providing accounting, payroll, and tax advice services to our customers. We're already leading the industry in terms of price across the board. And we have a very healthy portfolio of our customers, serving solopreneurs all the way to the top end of the small and mid-sized businesses that we serve that have payrolls of between 50 and 100 persons, having millions of euros of turnover. Our market is the 23 million small and mid-sized businesses in the EU. And our founding team has all the experience required to grow this business, as we have demonstrated in the past 2 years. Mr. Tomáš Ďurič, our CEO, is a chartered accountant, a registered tax advisor, and an auditor, has over 10 years experience in managing accounting firms. Mr. Norbert Fischer, our CTO, has over 15 years in software and Fintech development. And yours truly has over 10 years experience in business development, marketing, and sales. Currently, we serve these customers with a team of around 30 individuals, and we're looking to expand into new markets and bring the low cost, the vertical integration that we offer, and our expertise to new markets as we scale. If you were to do the Revolut of accounting, generating pay slips and VAT returns wouldn't take days and weeks. They would happen overnight. And that's what we're building at Accounto. Thank you so much, and I'm awaiting your questions.
Okay, so maybe I will start. So what are the countries you are currently covering, and what markets are you heading to?
We're currently serving customers in Hungary. We're looking to expand into Poland and Romania as the next markets, as digital invoicing is going to be mandatory in those countries as well. And from then on, we're looking at Italy, Spain, and France to expand even further, as those markets are looking to have digital invoicing or already have some sort of digital invoicing in the case of Italy. And by January 1st, 2026, actually all EU markets are going to be required to mandate digital invoicing for all businesses, regardless of size. So that's kind of our timeline. That's what we're looking at. And we happen to launch in a country that was an early adopter in digital invoicing. It's actually quite a handy advance in our case, as we see that basically there's a non-issue in terms of expanding our customer base, as everybody's required to do digital invoicing anyways. So they're all accustomed to a digital first service.
Okay, and how will you approach the challenges of the local tax bottlenecks and various conditions? Because on one side there will be digital invoicing, on the other hand, still a local tax environment applies.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody is here is well versed into VAT legislation in the EU, but actually the structure is pretty much the same across the EU. I mean, percentage points may differ, but at the end of the day, our processes are pretty much uniform. So the way we use AI to capture the data from an invoice, let me give you an example. So our customers right now might be purchasing from Italy, from France, from Poland, from Romania, from wherever inside and outside the EU. Our software identifies foreign invoice data and captures foreign invoice data, just like any other data point. Meaning that basically our software scales into these markets in the input data side, and then generating the tax reports is actually a non-issue, because the structure and the formal processes of generating a VAT return are pretty much the same. So you would imagine that this would be a big challenge, but in fact, the localization challenges here are manageable. And
you were mentioning VAT and payroll. So this is like the scope of your current focus. What about corporate taxes and so on? Is not yet there?
No, it is there. Also, basically, Accounto covers all and every tax a small business might be subject of, and we cover this even right now for all our customers.
Doron, Shauli, do you have any more questions? We have room for one last
Yes.
question.
What about the traction from the last few months? Because you mentioned your traction NMR for 2022. So I would ask, what is the MRR for May?
So the MRR, as I've said, so in this slide, it was like 57,000 euros for January. We're currently at around 66 to 67,000 euros.
Okay.
So we're rocking as we did.
Doron, Shauli?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
I've asked everything.
Okay, I will give you a space now.
Okay, cool.
It's all good. So we'll continue to the next one. Let's see, Amit. Now the audio is working for you. Okay.
Yeah, it is. Hi, everybody. You said Amit, right?
Yeah.
Right. Hi, everybody. I don't know who hears me and who doesn't.
We can all hear you.
You're just part of the people. But my name is Amit, and also Daraba. Thank you very much for letting us know about this event and pushing us through the journey of joining it. And we are very happy to be here. I'll quickly present who we are and what we do in Bridgify, and I'm going to leave most of the time for questions.
Good luck.
Thanks very much. Trying to find the app. All right. Our company, Bridgify, founded roughly 4 years ago, is in high level a concierge of in-destination products for any brand that basically engage with travelers. Just to quickly explain what is an in-destination product, the product that you see in brown, such as flights, accommodation, and transfers in the tourism space, are highly centralized and highly controlled. Organization that controlling those inventories will be companies like Sabre, Amadeus, etc. And those companies actually developed something called GDS. I'm going to quickly move to a different slide to explain what is a GDX and what we are doing. Our company is specifying with only events that are in destination based, such as concerts, sports events, museum, dinners, tours, anything that you are doing while you are traveling. And what our companies actually already developed and have at the moment is a technology that is the first GDX, we call it, for in-destination processes. This is something that does not exist in the tourism sector. It's a system that allows us as a company to not own any kind of inventory, but eventually provide inventory from the travel retailers such as Viator, Get You Guides, and other organizations in this pipeline that have connectivities to the end suppliers like the Disney, the Louvre, the Eiffel, and more. We put it into one singular database and process this, and eventually we distribute this. The companies that we are working with to distribute this product through is companies in the sectors of credit card companies, insurance companies, loyalty program, membership clubs, and more. All of those companies have a high volume of end users reach with strong marketing capabilities, and they have one singular need. This need is to provide products that have the ability to perform high level of discounts, high level of loyalty point usage, and basically provide them with, first of all, the retention to their brand and more purchases. This is super obvious, of course, but also to burn their loyalty points. A quick explanation about why tourism activities is our sector. In this pie, as you see over here, that the 10th largest players in the airfare market is controlling 40% of the market, similar high level of control in the accommodation and transportation market. The 10th largest players in tours, activities, and experiences market is controlling only 2% of this market. This is highly fragmented market. At the moment, an end user will need to go for a different website to order a sports event, or a different website for a concert, a different website for a tour, etc. And the next thing about this industry, that basically 46% out of total traveler spend is used in the process of traveling itself. So it's on the Louvre, the Eiffel, and the other example we mentioned before. And the last thing is, because that fragmentation here, there is a very high consumer acquisition cost to the Viators and the Get You Guides, allowing them to enjoy very high level of margin in order to keep profitability. What allows us to have a merchant and affiliate modules with them with a high level of margins. Our company at the moment is, I'm going to stop sharing and look at you a second. Our company at the moment is in a situation that since the start of the year until today, we've grown our MRR on roughly $5,000 monthly growth on the MRR. The company is currently in a fundraising event. The fundraising event is built on early subscription and the late subscription. The early subscription is up to is between $500 to $1 million. This is already 50% is already in. We are looking to close this in the coming 30 days and immediately build a bigger plan for the end of the year. And I'm going to leave it to questions.
Thank you. Guys, any questions?
Yes, actually, I would like to ask, are you building a marketplace, or as I saw at your website that you provide white label solutions for travel brands? So I'm not sure what you're building.
I'm not sure. A marketplace for us is a way to distribute the product. In my opinion, tourism sector is changing rapidly. The tourism sector we know today won't be the tourism sector we know in 2-3 years' time. Organizations such as travel and tour agents are basically disappearing. TMCs is becoming to be much more digitized. Gen AI coming to this industry is a lot of buzzwords nowadays. We are working on Gen AI for our products for the last 4 years. So in general, for us, the marketplace is a one way to distribute the product, which I actually share here very bluntly, that I don't think in 3 years' time this will be the way to interact with travelers. For us, the main issue in the doings of the company is the aggregation of the largest inventory of tours, activities, and experiences into one place, the ability to process that information in a variety of ways and to distribute it. Like the marketplace, we have also itinerary planner and API and more products, which is only for distribution. The main issue is how do you transact data and information between different suppliers and different end users in a singular transaction? How can I have one transaction for a sport event from 5 different suppliers? Each seat, because you buy 5 seats, for example, each seat will be from a different supplier for the best price and the best offer. And how do I, as a traveler, buy this in one transaction, actually bundle this also with the tour? And this is the main issue. This something does not exist. It's happened in the airfare market, like Amadeus and Sabre have mentioned. It's happened in the accommodation market, like bed banks. It didn't happen never in tours and activities market, which is the largest in the sector of tourism. So this is the main issue. How do you move data and money between a lot of different of end suppliers and a lot of different of end users coming from different of businesses, customers of us?
Amit, I have a question.
Yeah, sure, Doron.
Can you...
okay.
No, I have a question, please. Can you hear me?
All right.
Okay. Amit, let's say...
If I'll use my few last minutes, what I just shared about...
Amit, you can't... can you hear Doron?
No, I cannot. I'm sorry.
Now can you hear me?
I'm sorry, Doron. לא ידעתי שאתה מדבר.
Doron, maybe write the question.
Amit, if you can hear Doron, then give us a signal. Okay, Doron, ask the question. I will repeat it, and then Amit will answer.
I just wanted to know if someone is not going to the Louvre or the Eiffel Tower today, can you summarize how much money is lost for every location, or in general, how much percentage of usage there is today for a specific location, and with your platform, how much will improvement will become?
Amit, the question was on the usability of the locations. So if a place like the Louvre, for example, is going to use your platform, the occupancy rate is probably going to be approved, but have you tested it? Do you know to share the statistics around it?
Yeah, we do. I'll start with saying we do not work with the Louvre or the Eiffel directly. We work with aggregators that already have agreements with them in order to keep scalability and to monetize the data that we have in the best way. We connect only to aggregators that they provide the full support for cancellation disputes. We are a technological company. We do not use any kind of methods to engage with end users in that manner of service. So the companies that we are working on the Louvre is more like amusement or Ticketmaster, Eventbrite, and we aggregate all of them into one database. In terms of metrics, that is the second part of the question of Doron. A credit card company, for example, will produce an average of 3.52% from entering to the campaign. For example, a marketing campaign will be an SMS of saying you are having a flight or accommodation or car rental purchase in the credit card. They see this purchase, they know that you're going to travel, they try to offer you benefits in their card, and they'll send you a campaign. From the enter to this campaign, we have 3.52% conversion rate to a purchase, and average purchase size in the last 3 months is $322. And our average margin from this transaction is in affiliate 14.8% and merchant 22.8%.
Thank you, Amit. It was great. Martins, you're next.
תודה רבה. Thank you, everybody.
Guys, can you hear Martins?
I can't.
Martins, we can't hear you. We will move on to Lav. Please disconnect and reconnect again, and you'll be next to present. Lav.
Excellent. Thank you, Oz. It was great to meet you in Amsterdam. Thanks for inviting me. Cool, guys. Let me just share my screen. Sorry, just 1 second. I hope it works. Please let me know if you see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
Perfect. I can start now. So hello, everyone. My name is Lav, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Relio. I have previously, at Relio, we're building a bank for a digital bank for businesses in Switzerland. And I have previously done something similar in Germany, building Penta as co-founder and CEO. So until acquisition a few months ago, Penta was the largest SME challenger bank in Germany. What you can see here, us in Switzerland doing something relatively similar. So we are opening accounts and offering payment services to SMEs from Switzerland and in midterm worldwide. So we give them Swiss IBAN, cards, multi-currency accounts. It's all digital, intuitive, easy. And then we also allow them to connect their bank accounts to the tools such as accounting to automate their processes and save time. However, none of this is groundbreaking. It's already there for 6 to 10 years across Europe. And what is different with us is who we do it for. And the best is to explain it in the case of Zoltan. So Zoltan is an anonymized customer from Real Waiting List. It's a professor from Hungary who realized a way to turn low-quality contact lenses from India, which are also low cost, into a high-quality product. He sells in Western Europe and US. And for all of these reasons, he wants to have Swiss-made and basically wants to have operations in Switzerland. So when Zoltan comes to a bank, it's absolutely a nightmare. So normally the process looks like this. It doesn't matter who you are. You get one same application form for everybody, even for the simplest, for the most complex business. Then you send it to a bank, and then somebody in the bank puts finger on their head and says, oh, we have another question. We need another document. And welcome, you just did first out of 10 to 20 iterations before account gets open, and which will cost bank and indirectly the customer 2 to 50K. So what we did differently is we built a bank really around a compliance algorithm. And this allows us to automate a bunch of processes. Easiest to explain is in the onboarding. So we have a form that adapts to each and every customer. So based on the answers you give, the form starts digging deeper. And in one iteration, in one go, we just with interacting with a form, we can already tell you if we can open your account, and it's free of charge. So you may think how many of these customers there are. There are quite a few. Just in Switzerland, 26%, EU average is 21%. But what's really interesting is that these customers are really in pain, and they need tailored approach to banking. And even though it's maybe 1/5 or 20/80 principle of the market, we actually charge 20 times as much. So we charge on average 350 francs per month, ranging from 20 to 2,000. It's similar to SaaS fees. So we charge one monthly fee, and it includes all the expenses you will ever have with a bank. We have very strong demand, even though we're not live yet. So 2,400 leads, and then 350 already fully completed the application and are just now waiting for us to go live. We have received license from a Swiss regulator, which is also quite an achievement because the first time regulator ever approved the almost fully automated approach to compliance. We so far raised more than 3 million francs, and we're going live in the next weeks. What I can also tell you is that we're currently preparing Series A round and looking forward to discussing with any of you if this is of interest. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from the jury?
Yeah, sure. I have a few questions about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes, I can hear you. Please.
Lev, can you please elaborate more about the regulation?
Basically, you as a bank, to open account to anybody, needs to make sure to know who are the people behind the business, and you also need to understand the cash flow. This process is highly manual. If you ever experience going into a bank or branch, it's a lot of back and forth, pen and paper. So we basically turned all of this huge unknown into a mathematical formula and build the whole bank around it. So normally when you build a bank, you first build a bank, then you find customers. At the very end, you put compliance officer who says, oh, no, this customer cannot work, or we need another paper. and we completely turn it around, and people are only there to improve the algorithms. It gets better over time.
Yeah, but can you please touch more about the regulation in regards, first of all, if it's in a specific area or like a specific countries, and also if you can touch, because you started touching it, in regards to the fact that each bank has its own policy in regards to risk and underwriting for customers.
Okay, let me make sure to cover it all. So we are regulated in Switzerland. We can open account to any business which has any connection to Switzerland. However, midterm, we also want to bank businesses from worldwide out of Switzerland. What I can tell you is Switzerland is number one, holding 28% of worldwide cross-border assets, and Singapore is number two with 10%. So there is a lot of demand for what we are building. And then secondly, you're right, because the law just says bank is in charge of anti-money laundering and preventing terrorism, etc. Every bank has their own responsibility, and all people who put processes in place to basically ensure that this doesn't happen. You can read in newspaper a lot of fines banks are almost every day paying because they are not adhering to very strict and complex rules of AML, which is growing every day. So of course they are, because each person, when you apply with your business for a bank account, you can come on my desk, you can come on my colleague's desk, and if I'm really, feeling great day, I may not ask you for this paper, and if I'm feeling very, bad because I had fight with my wife, then I'll ask you a million questions more, and there is no real standardized approach to it. So we took a lot of work in 2 years. We basically mapped out all of these processes and turned them into a formula.
Lav, it was great. It was great. If guys, you have more questions, feel free to connect Lav. I can do the intro after the call. Martins, do we?
Yeah. Do you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can. All right.
Yay.
Yours.
All right. I'll share my screen then.
Please. Lav, maybe you need to take off your screen.
All right. Here we go. So hi, everybody. My name is Martins. You can call me Martin. I'm a co-founder of Abilio, and we aim to solve tax compliance for international freelance economy. I'll start with a bold statement. Selling your hours to one employer is so outdated. But the question remains how to efficiently handle taxes in a decentralized freelance economy. There's a missing element in this ecosystem, a universal tax compliance solution for cross-border freelancing that would make governments happy, provide easier access to international talent for companies, enable simple reporting for marketplaces, and less admin work for freelancers. Now is the perfect time to address this issue because the number of independent workforce is rising rapidly. And in response, governments have introduced the new DAC 7 directive, in fact, January this year, requiring all digital work platforms, creator platforms, and freelancer marketplaces to report freelancer income to local tax authorities in 28 European countries, which means that freelancers will need to register their business, become VAT payers because you cannot send cross-border invoices if you don't have VAT number, and start managing their taxes. And freelancer marketplaces, they will have to report freelancer income to 28 different tax authorities in the EU, and each of them will have different submission formats, okay? So about our product, we call our product Company as a Service. And with our digital automated platform, freelancers from 220 countries can start their business in just 5 minutes, while we will take care of a legal entity and VAT setup, cross-border VAT invoicing and payments, tax accounting and reporting. And we have built a modular tax system that is adaptable to new markets. With our product, freelancers can save an hour a day on admin tasks, and avoid a lot of tax accounting headache potentially. We help businesses to easily distribute payments to their independent workforce, like influencers, photographers, etc. And we aim to provide outsourced DAC 7 reporting for marketplaces to local tax authorities in all EU countries. This is a win-win situation both for marketplaces, freelancers. We estimate that the annual turnover for highly skilled cross-border freelancing in Europe is around 6 billion euros, growing 17% annually. And currently, there are several companies addressing this issue of freelancer taxes locally, but there is no universally applicable solution for EU freelancer tax accounting and DAC7 reporting. The first company to develop such a solution will undoubtedly be a major success. So this is the core team behind our product. I'm a marketing professional. Arturs, our CTO, is full stack web developer. Matis is a certified tax expert. We each have 20 years of our experience in relative fields and also freelancing on the side. So we know the problem. Our business model is 5% fee from payouts, generating 17,000 monthly revenue. We have more than 20 business clients, and we are exploring partnerships with first 3 marketplaces, creator economy platforms. Currently, we are raising a seed round to grow our team and user base. Our goal is to enable full tax accounting and reporting functionality in 30 European countries and become first DAC7 compliant solution for freelancer marketplaces. Thank you. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Guys, any questions?
Yes. So what are your current target markets? Because probably you will not target now 30 European countries, yeah, with your marketing strategy and so on. So and you still need to build the product. So what is your focus now? And I want also to ask about some business risks. Okay. I saw that you also offer for companies to solutions so they can hire seamlessly freelancers. And I wanted to ask about the risks, like disputes and so on.
Okay, so let's start with our marketing strategy. So our goal is to, first of all, start working with marketplaces who have a lot of freelancers from all across the world. Basically, they can start using our platform already today. If they need to invoice their customers, we can give them a virtual company and VAT invoicing. So they don't have to apply for VAT. They can start doing that already today. As regards to DAC7 compliance, that's something that we're looking into. We need to figure out how in each of 28 countries this reporting is going to be done. We already are working with KPMG on they're advising us. And we want to build multi-currency accounts and escrow accounts so we can help with this fund transfer and tax allocation. These are the next steps. And our goal is September is when we start with first 2 marketplaces. Geographically, we're not limited, as I mentioned, 220 countries. We're currently solving only VAT. We're not taking care of personal income tax or corporate income tax. This is something that we will build along the way. And as regards to business risks, so currently all invoices that are sent they come with the service agreement, which is digital. So if the client receives the invoice, he has to read the agreement and click the green accept button, which means that they have no disputes over the project delivered whatsoever. So this is our current solution to mitigate risks. Of course, there's also liability insurance and very strict KYB, KYC checks. So there are no money laundering.
Okay, so
yeah. Okay, we can go for last question. Feel free.
So in general, you are building a sort of operating system for businesses, because I saw the roadmap, yeah, also regarding your future milestones.
I wouldn't say it's an operating system. It's a dashboard. It's a digital dashboard which takes care of all admin tasks, both for freelancers and also for businesses. So they can distribute hundreds of payments with one click, and we take care of all the tax compliance and KYC, KYB check.
Yes, but the vision, I refer to your vision, yeah.
The vision is to become like a one-stop shop for freelancers because we believe the independent workforce will grow and they will need a lot of financial products, not only administration dashboard, but also invoice factoring, insurance, etc., which we can provide with partners already in coming months. So our vision is to enable anybody who wants to start their solo business to start right away with no headache, with no hassle, no matter where you live. Are you a digital nomad or you change your tax residency every 3 months? It shouldn't be complicated. It should be easy. That's our vision.
Guys, thank you. It was great. Martin, it was definitely a great presentation. Guys, we're going to the voting. Jury, you have the link in your calendar. Please let me know once you have submitted your voting, and I will declare the winner.
Thank you very much for everyone. Good luck.
Thanks, Shauli.
Thank you.
Okay, Shauli submitted. Doron, give me a sign as well when you have submitted your vote.
I already did it.
You voted?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the winner is Martins, Abilio. I can't see you anymore, but congrats. We'll make sure that you know it's you. Yeah, hero. Yeah, we will. We had an issue with the voting system. This is why you see Bridgify, because we used the Bridgify as the this panel as a test before. But we have 3 votes for Abilio, and so Abilio is the winner, despite this nice chart.
This is good.